Have you ever caught yourself overthinking again and again until the peace in your heart dissolves into noise? What if I told you that this very habit, the silent cycle of obsessive thinking, is slowly ruining your life, and you don't even realize it? Let me take you on a journey. A simple parable. A quiet truth. One that could change everything. Today, I'll tell you a story about a young monk who came to a Zen master, desperate to escape the prison of his mind. He was not unlike many of us, full of thoughts, doubts, worries, and imagined conversations that never ended. But what the master showed him was not a solution, it was a mirror. And in that mirror, he saw the one habit silently stealing his joy. Let's begin. In a remote Zen monastery nestled between fog-laced mountains of Japan, a young monk named Takua arrived at dawn, robe soaked with dew, face etched with worry. He had walked for 2 days from the city. His teacher, Master Riku, was known across the land not for his teachings, but for his silence. Takua bowed deeply at the entrance. Master, I can no longer live with this mind. It never stops. I can't find peace. I wake in panic. I think, and think, and think. I'm drowning in my own thoughts. Master Riku studied him for a long moment. Then, without a word, he turned and began walking into the mist. Takua followed, confused. They walked for nearly an hour through bamboo groves until they reached a small pond, so still it reflected the sky perfectly. The master gestured to a flat rock near the edge. Sit. Takua obeyed. Then the master handed him a large, clear glass jar. He poured water into it from the pond, until it was full. Then he handed Takua a small bag of dirt. Each time you think, stir in a pinch of dirt, the master said simply, then sat beneath a tree. At first, Takua hesitated. But within moments, a thought came. Why is he doing this? He added a pinch. What if this doesn't work? Another pinch. I shouldn't have left the city. Another. And so the day passed. The jar, once clear, was now brown and murky, impossible to see through. At sunset, the master stood, walked over, and looked at the jar. He smiled. Then he took it from Takua's hands and placed it on the rock. Now, he said, do nothing. They sat in silence. Slowly, very slowly, the dirt began to settle. And beneath the surface, the water began to clear. After half an hour, the jar was still. Transparent. Peaceful. The master stood and spoke softly. This is your mind. Every thought you cling to stirs the mud. The more you think, the more you can't see. The habit of thinking is not the enemy. The habit of clinging to every thought is. Have you ever found yourself lost in thought for hours, only to realize you weren't even present in your own life? Do you stir the jar, or let the dirt settle? What if the peace you seek doesn't come from solving your thoughts, but from learning to stop feeding them? This story reveals a simple but powerful truth. The habit of compulsive thinking, of constantly engaging every thought, every worry, every fear, is quietly destroying our inner peace. Buddha called it tanha, craving. Not just for things, but for certainty, for answers, for mental control. In modern life, we glorify thinking. We analyze, compare, predict. But we forget, thought is a tool, not a tyrant. When we believe every thought, react to every fear, and engage in every imagined scenario, we stir the dirt. We muddy the waters of our mind. We lose clarity. And we think the solution is to think more. But as the Zen saying goes, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. Alan Watts. Here's how to begin unlearning this destructive habit. Practice witnessing. Start noticing your thoughts like clouds in the sky, don't chase them. Let them drift. Each time a thought comes, especially a negative one, say silently, this is just a thought, not reality. Try the jar meditation. Fill a clear glass with water. When anxious, imagine every stressful thought as a pinch of dirt. Instead of adding more, just sit and breathe. Watch your mind settle, like the pond. 1 minute mindfulness. Set a timer. 1 minute. Just breathe and notice. Every time you catch yourself overthinking, return to that breath. It's like stepping out of the storm into a quiet room. Write instead of ruminate. When your mind spins, write your thoughts in a journal and close the book. That symbolic closing helps you mentally release. Use the stop-stir mantra. Each time you catch yourself mentally spiraling, say, "Stop stirring the jar." Then pause. Breathe. Return. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the sky, not the passing weather. You do not need to control every thought. You do not need to figure it all out. You only need to learn the art of stillness. Peace is not something to be found, it's what remains when you let go. So the next time your mind begins to spiral, ask yourself, am I stirring the jar, or letting it settle? You have the power to choose. You have the power to be. If this story opened your heart, please like, comment, and share this message. Subscribe for more calm wisdom, monk stories, and timeless truths to help you live with clarity, joy, and inner peace. And remember, your peace is just one breath away. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha.